Hi girls, welcome to a new video. I'm really excited for today's topic because I have been wanting to film this series for years. I have been thinking about making this a series on my channel for years. And so for today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you all of my current wellness favorites from Amazon. Some of these favorites you have seen on my channel before, but probably half are something that I've actually never spoken about on Instagram or here on YouTube. So I'm really excited to break down why they're my favorites, why I'm currently using them in the spring, summer season, and how you can integrate them into your routine as well. So let's just start off strong. And I'm hoping that majority of you watching are subscribers, because if you're new and you're hearing this first recommendation, you might be thrown a little bit. But my first wellness favorite that I've been experimenting with since October, but it is definitely something that's really been helping me in the month of March and now into early April, is Lithium Orate. Now I know when you hear lithium, and I get it, honestly, I am chuckling right now because the amount of people in my personal life that I tell that I'm on lithium and their facial reactions is honestly priceless. So I know what you're thinking right now when I mention lithium orotate, but lithium orotate is actually very different than the prescription version of lithium, which is what we're used to hearing when we think of lithium. So lithium orotate is actually something that's been tremendously helpful for me over the dark winter months because of its mood stabilizing properties. So as I mentioned, I started taking lithium back in October, and I was probably using like once or twice a week up through January. And then February hit. We didn't have a full week of school in pretty much January or February. And I found myself feeling very overwhelmed, a little bit like Groundhog's Day. It was dark, it was snowy, we were home, and I felt the need for a little bit of a boost. So I kind of amped up the amount of lithium orotate that I was taking, and I have been taking it probably 6 to 7 days a week for the last 7 weeks. And I have to say, I'm completely blown away. As a baseline, I am generally a glass half full kind of person. I've always been that way my entire life. I don't typically suffer with tremendous feelings of depression or anxiety, but like everybody else, I am human. And when plans go awry and school is canceled and I have a busy work day and calls, and I feel as though I'm being pulled in a million different directions, it definitely weighs heavily on me. My fuse gets extremely short with everybody. I'm staying up late, I'm waking up early to make up for the lost time. And I just found like I wasn't that kind of a person to be around certain days. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really need to amp up my lithium and take it more consistently throughout the week. And boy, oh boy, have I noticed a tremendous difference. So lithium is incredible for those who do suffer from anxiety and depression. And of course, whenever starting any new supplements, please always check with your healthcare provider to make sure that you don't have any interactions with any other supplements, nutraceuticals, or pharmaceutical medication that you may be on. In my own practice, I have seen tremendous success with clients who I have put on lithium orotate to help stabilize their moods, reduce anxiety, and reduce depressive-like feelings and thoughts. Then from a neurological standpoint, because you girls know how much I love our nervous system, because it is so important for the crux of hormonal health, having a regulated nervous system. If you missed last week's video, I will have that linked for you up here in the cards and the description box down below, because I went into more detail about EFT tapping and how helpful that is for our nervous system. Well, the great news is lithium orotate is incredible for our nervous system, and it actually can prevent neurodegenerative effects. I know I came out with an interesting one, kind of like a jump scare when I said lithium, and I could go on and on. Like my notes, I have so many notes to go through to talk to you guys about hormone health. I can make an entire video just dedicated to this, but there are so many favorites down here in front of me that I want to get to. But let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to include this in future videos and talk more about lithium orotate, because it is honestly such an amazing tool. Next, we'll cover like an easy one that we can breeze through quickly. I've been sharing about the Aala water bottles for 2 years, but boy, oh boy, have they become popular. I feel like they are the new Stanleys, and everybody now has the Aala water bottles. Back when Stanleys kind of hit the scene 3 years ago, I never jumped on the train. I never ordered one because it kind of creeped me out that the straw was exposed. I also try my best not to drink from straws, like very rarely do I drink from a straw. And so 2.5 years ago, I saw the Aala water bottles at Whole Foods. And so I had purchased one, like a smaller one. And I was instantly obsessed. I am Aala for life. And I shared this water bottle with you guys last summer, and so many of you went out and purchased it. I also gotten so many DMs from you girls being like, oh my gosh, my teenage daughter, my preteen daughter thinks I'm so cool because she said, you know, that older woman that you follow on YouTube, that older woman you follow on YouTube who told you to get the Aala water bottles, now they're so hip and popular. I have been in love and obsessed with the Aala water bottles. I like it because of the different drinking functionality. If you do like to drink from a straw, there is a spout here. I will do a close-up for you guys when there's not lipstick all over it, but there is like a small hole and spout here where you can drink through, or there is the option to drink kind of like chug style where you can drink from the wider mouth and get more. And so I absolutely love this as a wellness favorite because of course it keeps you hydrated. Next to that, it is more hygienic in my opinion because there isn't the exposed straw happening. And yeah, I'm just a huge fan, and I have a massive collection of Awalas, and so many of my friends in real life are now giving up their Stanleys and drinking from Awalas, and so many of you on here in Instagram have also made the shift over to Aala. So this is definitely one of my absolute wellness favorites from Amazon. Moving on to a newer favorite that I found in the beginning of March at Whole Foods. They were on an end cap and on super sale are these instant bone broth packs. So I shared these in last week's video. I shared myself making one of these. This is the most genius thing in the entire world. You all know how passionate I am about gut health as a functional nutritionist who focuses on women's hormone health. It all starts in the digestive system. Truly, the crux of health comes down to gut health. And so I have been making homemade bone broth for 10 years, over a decade. I've been purchasing bone broth for 10 years, over a decade. But to have something like this is mind-blowing. Now, it's not perfect. It's not going to be as clean as your own homemade bone broth. But for an example, I tell my clients, and the girls and moms need to be healthy too, all of the time. When we're going out to eat, one of the first things I like to do and what I suggest to all of them is to start with a broth-based soup before we get into a heavy meal. Why is that? Because then we're slowly waking up the digestive system, kind of like the lemon ginger tonic, but we're slowly waking up the digestive system and not just hammering it right away with tough, hard to digest foods. Well, this is amazing. Imagine if you're going out with girlfriends, you could actually split one of these packs. Each of you could just order a hot water while you wait for your food. Not saying you can't have a glass of wine, but I'd rather you start with something like this. And then for me, sometimes I don't want to get out the saucepan, heat up the bone broth, pour it into my mug. It spills everywhere. All I have to do is heat up the kettle, pour this over, do a little whisker or mix it with a spoon, and boom, it dissolves. Unbelievable for your digestion. And I love having them after dinner as I'm cleaning up the kitchen. I'm kind of thinking like the different times I drink tea is what I've been incorporating these as well. If I didn't lose you at Lithium, hopefully I don't lose you now with cream of tartar. Stick with me, girls. Stick with me because I have been using cream of tartar in my different spritzers, mocktails since the summer, and I am absolutely in love with this little addition. So first and foremost, cream of tartar is a beautiful source of potassium, which helps us maintain our own electrolyte balance. Electrolyte balance is so critical and important for hormone health because it helps with the energy production in our own cells. Aside from that, this is incredible for muscle and nervous system support because potassium aids in that overall balance. Potassium is essential for sending those signals to the muscles and the nerves to contract and to move. And that's why oftentimes after we've done sports, or we feel dehydrated, or we've been running or walking, we can feel those shin splints, or we can get that Charlie horse. We're all very familiar with that. Additionally, muscular and nervous system secretion is really important for our glandular system, and our glandular system is responsible for overall hormone production. I've been using cream of tartar, as I mentioned, in a few different spritzers. I have a recipe coming for you in next week's video. So I have been using cream of tartar in a few different recipes. I love to take it with a little bit of lemon ginger tonic, a little bit of chlorophyll. I mix that together. I muddle up some mint. I add in some sparkling water. It is so delicious. It is so refreshing, and it's the perfect drink as we move into spring. Okay, my camera battery just died, but we are back. So like cream of tartar and the emphasis on getting minerals into our body to support our endocrine system, our energy levels, healthy sleep, and to help us manage our stress levels, I'm really excited to share with you that I am collaborating with Biooptimizers on today's video. So if you're a subscriber of my channel, then you know my absolute love for the magnesium breakthrough from Biooptimizers. I've been taking this product on a daily basis for over 2 years. And the beautiful thing about the Biooptimizers magnesium breakthrough is, unlike any other magnesium on the market, it does contain all 7 elemental forms of magnesium in one convenient capsule. So I take 1 magnesium in the morning with my morning supplement stack. Likewise, I like to take a second one right around that 2:30, 2:45 time in the afternoon when we can kind of feel a little bit of a slump. For me, I like to utilize it because it's right before the kids get off of the bus and I have to take the time to switch from work brain to mom mode brain. So this just helps me unwind a little bit, relax, but then it also gives me a really great energy boost because the Biooptimizers magnesium does have all 7 forms of that elemental magnesium in the convenient capsule. It has a multifactorial approach within the body. So of course I use it in the morning for energy, for focus. Likewise, I use it in the afternoon to kind of help my brain be relaxed, but give me a little bit of extra energy as well. And then before bed, I like to take 2 of the magnesium breakthroughs to get the most deep, restful sleep I've ever gotten in my entire life. I have shared with you guys dozens and dozens of times at this point how when I started taking the magnesium breakthrough, I changed nothing else in my routine. I saw a 30% lift in my sleep score measuring with my Aura ring. So at that point, I was a forever fan of the magnesium breakthrough. So if you're looking to optimize your mineral intake, if you're looking to optimize your vitamin D intake, which the sun just shifted like 5 minutes ago, now I can tell that there was a cloud in front of it and now it's kind of like blazing in here through the window. But if you're looking to optimize your vitamin D, you actually need adequate levels of magnesium to synthesize your vitamin D. And that's because magnesium is responsible for over 300 enzymatic properties in the body. So oftentimes we think about magnesium for sleep and for digestion, but we don't think about it from a cognitive standpoint. We don't think of it from an energy standpoint when it does play such a critical role in so many aspects of our body. So now that there is more sunlight, even though it's blasting at me right now and casting shadows, but even though there is more sunlight, you want to be sure that you have adequate levels of magnesium in your body to synthesize all of the beautiful sunshine and vitamin D that we're getting in the spring and summer season. So if you're interested in trying the Biooptimizers magnesium breakthrough, I will leave my link and my code for you in the description box down below, as well as the first pinned comment. Now moving on to a product that actually was the inspiration for this entire video, and I'm looking at it down here to my right. It's too heavy for me to pick up, so you are seeing B-roll, and that is my vibration plate. So I have been using different vibration tactics and tools over the years for over a decade, but I absolutely love my vibration plate, and I've been sharing it over on Instagram, and everybody has so many questions. So the reason I love vibration is because it's unbelievable for our lymphatic system. You all hear me speak about our lymphatic system on a near video basis. I'm constantly preaching the importance of nourishing our lymphatic system because our lymphatic system feeds into our glymphatic system. And if our lymphatic system is sluggish, it won't properly cleanse and pull toxins out of our body. And from a hormonal standpoint, that is so important. We've been talking about our nervous system, whether that was with the lithium or the cream of tartar, and of course the magnesium, but all of these things play a really beautiful role in nourishing our nervous system. But if we have toxic overload and you couple that with a sluggish lymphatic system, it's going to be really hard to go from feeling good to great. And that's why these little tools that I share with you all are so important. And I know that we can feel kind of gadget fatigue, and I completely understand those sentiments. But the way I think about it is like, I don't go out multiple times a week out to dinner with friends and have cocktails and drinks and fancy dinners. Sure, of course, I love to participate in those activities, but I don't do it on a very frequent basis. Additionally, I'm not going to a ton of different studios to do all of the exercise classes that I used to do before I had kids. Before I had kids, I was constantly going to bar. I was always going to reformer Pilates. I was doing so many different classes and I was investing in those things at that time. Whereas in the last 9 years, I've been investing that into my own home setup because it's easier for me in the morning or throughout the day or in the evening or after I get the kids to bed to really enrich my life with all of the beautiful wellness practices that I have known and loved for 15 years. To have those here in my home is honestly just the greatest gift that I could ever even imagine giving to myself. So while I know that the upfront cost may seem like something like you don't want to spend the money on, when you take a peek at maybe the Starbucks drinks that we're purchasing 3 to 4 times a week, or as I mentioned, doing these different activities, maybe it's going out and having cocktails and drinks with girlfriends, what I would encourage you to do is make a bone broth stick pack or grab a coffee from home and go for a walk with a girlfriend instead of out for drinks, and save that and invest it on some of these biohacking tools that I have been sharing. So the vibration plate is amazing for helping pump our lymphatic system. It's also incredible for bone density. It is an absolute dream for waking up my brain because the lymphatic system feeds the glymphatic system, and our brain, of course, is part of that glymphatic system. So whenever I'm feeling like a little bit of a midday slump, I'll pull out the vibration plate, I'll do 15 minutes on there, and oh my goodness, I feel completely invigorated. I feel like I've got a second wind and I'm ready to go. So let me know in the comment section down below because I've been experimenting with a different red light mask. You all know that I love red light therapy inside of our sauna. I've been sharing on my Glow Up to 40 all of these different gadgets, but I'm not investing in Botox or fillers, and that is extremely expensive. So I'd rather invest that in skincare or gadgets for my face or gadgets for my body, like the vibration plate and other gadgets that I have purchased recently, because these things will last forever and they don't dissolve and go away. And of course, no shame to anybody who does choose to make those choices, but I do not. So I know sometimes I can get the comments like, well, you've bought this gadget, you've bought that gadget, because I'm choosing to invest money there versus fillers and Botox that, one, don't align with my lifestyle, and two, they're fleeting because they don't last forever. So I feel as though I have noticed a huge change in my lymphatic drainage because I do suffer from a sluggish lymphatic system. If you haven't seen my reel or my YouTube short on coriander water, I will have that linked for you in the description box down below. But coriander water is amazing for our lymphatic system. So you could have a little sip of your coriander water and then hop on your vibration plate. And I promise you that you will notice some tremendous changes. So moving out of the kitchen and up to the bathroom, because it is spring and summer is upon us and we just went to spring break. So I was doing everything I could to make sure my skin was healthy and glowing from the inside out, but then also to nourish myself as well and to really work on my overall skin health. We have been using this Japanese skin towel for the last 4 years, and it's something that Kaya actually found. I'm not sure how he found it, but he found this before it was even available on Amazon, and now it is. I think it's been available for the last 2 or 3 years on Amazon, but oh my goodness. One, you have to be a little bit careful because it does a beautiful job at exfoliating, but you can go a little bit too hard and make your skin a little extra sensitive. But I love that you can roll it and use it and really get to those hard to reach places. In the shower, I like to put my leg on the bench and exfoliate the back of my thighs. I absolutely love this towel. I've used it on my face, which I'm not sure if you're supposed to do. Just do it with a very gentle touch. I just kind of take 2 fingers, not too much pressure. I promise you, you don't want to put too much pressure, but I just take 2 fingers and I can kind of exfoliate my skin, and it gives a really beautiful subtle glow to your skin the next day. I'm also doing the sauna and the ice plunge on my face. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link that video for you up here, as well as the description box down below, where I shared my morning routine, how I am doing the sauna and the cold plunge for my face in the morning, and that's helping as well. But in addition to that, using this towel to exfoliate all of the old skin and the cell turnover on the retinol journey has been so unbelievably helpful. And then not only that, just any hard to reach places on your skin, I love this Japanese skincare towel. So next on our lymphatic journey is a stainless steel gua sha. I have many different versions of gua shas and some that truly stand above the rest. But the thing with doing gua sha is you have to be consistent, like anything else, like healthy eating, like moving your body, like exfoliation, like taking the lithium orotate to see the best results. You have to be consistent. And the reason that I love the stainless steel gua sha is I take it and or keep it in the shower. It will not break, it will not shatter, which I have broken many gua shas attempting to use them in the shower, and you're already using it on damp skin. So I like to use it with my second cleanse in the shower, open up those lymph nodes first. And then when I put my cleanser on, I take the gua sha and I just spend a few, like 3 to 4 minutes doing gua sha on my face. But because I don't have the fear of this one breaking, I'm just using it so much more consistently. I couldn't quite possibly make an Amazon wellness favorite without talking about the castor oil. I've been talking about castor oil with you guys forever. I use this product every single day, multiple times a day. I actually have it on my lips right now as a quote unquote lip gloss. I just put my finger in there and I put a little bit on my mouth. I have seen the lip gloss applicators, but I haven't found a glass one yet. They've all been plastic, where you fill it up into the plastic and you use it with like a sponge applicator. So let me know if you girls have seen any glass ones, because lately I've just been doing rose hip oil and a little bit of castor oil at night on my lips. Wowzers. I have been loving it so much. But an Amazon wellness favorite, of course, is castor oil for everything and anything. I do navel oiling with castor oil. I just filmed a reel a few days ago all about my navel oiling. I've been sharing that with you guys in past videos. I will link all of the videos where I've talked about castor oil and how I use it in the description box down below. But I am using this from morning until night. I use it on the ends of my hair. I use it as the last step in my skincare routine. I have shifted my entire skincare routine since Christmas time. And on that journey, I am still using castor oil as the very last step to help these products soak in deeper into the epidermis. And that's the beauty of castor oil. It can go in and break up fibrous tissues. It is unbelievably healing for hormone health. It is incredible for detoxification. It's unbelievable for bringing homeostasis, as well as flushing out different organs in our body, whether you're using it on your neck, over your liver, over your uterus. There are so many unbelievable ways that you can use castor oil. So of course, I had to include not only the castor oil, but my favorite castor oil packs as well. So I told you guys a few months ago how I've been doing like a double duty situation where I've been doing castor oil packs and then hopping down into the sauna to really help it soak in deeper. Prior to us having a sauna, I would just do every single Sunday. I used to do a castor oil pack, and then I would lay in bed for 1 hour with a heat pack on me. And I would do that on Sunday as part of like my Sunday self-care routine. And that is a really beautiful way to help support our body's natural detoxification process. So I do mine over my liver, but if you're somebody who struggles with hormonal balance, PMS, cramping, PCOS, fibroids, cysts, we could do this on your lower stomach, which would be a really beautiful way to support your body. Additionally, my favorite set from Amazon is 100% organic. Also has the thyroid pack. So 14 years ago, I was 25, I started to do castor oil packs, and they were not what they are now. They were these old like resin muslin towels. Look at us now in 2024 with the things we have access to. It is truly mind blowing. So of course, this is an absolute wellness essential for me from Amazon, and it comes in one of these packs. So when I do the one on my neck and the one on my liver, then I throw it into here. I toss it all into the washing machine. I wash it, I dry it, and boom, it's ready to go for 1 to 2 days later. So of course, for everything that I shared and mentioned in today's video, I will have that linked for you in the description box down below. And then I would love to hear from you girls. If you liked this video, I would love to make this into a series. What are some of your favorite wellness products from Amazon that you could share with all of us? I always love to hear from all of you. You have the best suggestions, so let me know in the comment section down below. And if you liked today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.